Hey everybody, welcome! You've joined us for the finals of a Streamer Showdown run by our friend Just Lolaman, who streams as well. We are going to be playing against Raph Levy, Jamie Topples, Mike Sigrist, MTG Nerd Girl, Ham TV, Just Lolaman, Gimlix, and me. All going for a 3-0 here. We're using MTGA draft.herokuapp.com. For coordinating this draft. We draft offline on a third-party website, which is what I just described, and then we export to Arena, and we use the friend challenge system to battle each other, and it allows us to do all-human in-pod drafting right here on Arena, which is great. It's a feature that I wish they had natively, but I'm just happy that I have access to it. And another thing you have access to is cardkingdom.com. They are purveyors of some of the best inventory and singles, supplies, and sealed product in the Magic dishing industry. Give them a check out via my affiliate link in the panels or in my link in the show notes. And then we're going to be there. And I'm going to hop over here now. You're going to see left monitor where we are waiting. Oh, I need to get my camera up. Hello. Hello. This is the website where we draft. And it should start shortly. I'm going to bring up chat over here. Y'all can help. I need your help. I'm going to 3-0 this thing. Need your help. No, this is a best of 3. We are playing till somebody wins 3 best of 3 matches. Looks like we're about to start. Just Lolaman is firing off the good luck, so I expect pack 1 to hit us shortly. Hey, Gadrak. We have a lot of Gadrak, it seems. I feel like I've drafted Gadrak a bunch. And we're going to draft Gadrak here. So it's not even a particularly good pack. So we're not like passing some great removal and are sad about it. We get Gadrak Crown Scourge with a pretty straightforward pick here. Let's look and think about one thing to do here, especially with this caliber of player, is we can shrink this down. I can take a little screenshot here and throw this in a paint file. Like so. And then when this pack wheels, we can check that to remind ourselves of what our competition has taken, which in pod play, obviously much more important than, I mean, it's good for signals anyway, but it's also just even a little bit more important in pod to understand what you're going to be facing since you're actually going to be playing these players. But we can just confirm this pick now, and we'll see what wheels. Gadrak didn't hit me as great at first because it was like, oh, it's really tough for this thing to attack, right? It's 3 mana for a 5, but it doesn't really. It's a 5. I would play a 3 mana 5/4 flying defender. So the fact that this does other stuff is just bonus. Speaking of other stuff, Furious Rise is a funny combo because you can actually get it going pretty early with your 5-drop or your 3-drop 5 power. What else is in here though? Finishing Blow, powerful. Another reasonable rare. I don't know if it's better than just, if we're going to take a black card, we should just take the Finishing Blow. Where are you at, chat? Do you want to follow our first pick down towards a build around in Furious Rise? Do you want to just be sensible, or not sensible, adult-like and take a Finishing Blow? It's not actually amazing. It's instant, but 5 mana. 5 mana is a lot. Furious Rise is very good, and we would be sending a couple of good black cards to potentially get other people into black, although do we like Imp over Blow? Yeah, Imp is a cheaper removal option. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Furious Rise. It goes with our first pick, and it's early enough to build around. Calvados thinks the Rise could wheel. Maybe so. If people aren't high on this, it could absolutely wheel. But I like taking it now to be sure that we can work towards building around it. Well, an uncommon is missing, so I wouldn't necessarily pin it on red removal. An uncommon was missing from that pack. Acolyte is a strong third pick. We have Slag to stay on red. But even though Rise and Acolyte don't quite go together, I think we take the strongest card here, which is Acolyte. Anybody disagree? Rousing Reed, solid. But Acolyte seems like the best card here. Yeah, it's possible this was not the right pick, but I did like at least knowing that if it is where we're supposed to be, having that early is very nice. And then we'll see what happens after we take this Acolyte. Yeah, Rise can you can make things trigger the Rise with the Acolyte, but you just need a density, right? You can't just run this in anything. You got to make sure you've got like 5 or 6 things that can reliably get to 4 power. Yeah, James points out that if we like sure strike a 1-drop, a 1/1, it would actually trigger Furious Rise at the end of the turn. Ooh, well, we got a Tempered Veteran, which is interesting with the Acolyte. And I think we want it over like moving into green for a Burlfist. Burlfist has been nice for us today, but I'm concerned there's no red here. We should take note of that. Watcher. Which one's the Watcher? I don't think the Watcher's that powerful. Like, you really need, that's really a build around the Watcher, right? I mean, but if you build around it, it's good. I just don't think it was worth pivoting to it for there. I'm gonna take gems. Gems. I'm gonna take Veteran here. You got me, James. It can be awkward, but if you get the Acolytes going, this is fine. Yeah, we should take note that I didn't look at the settings, but I'm assuming that this was set to have some sort of color balance, which means that there was red in the pack and there isn't anymore. So, but I don't think I mean, yeah, you still got to just take the cards that are staring at you. In this case, that could be the Direfleet Warmonger, and we listen to the table and look maybe towards even red-black. Make some tokens for our Gadrak after stealing. Like, this is not great, right? But I think we take the Warmonger as the best pivot card here over Defiant Strike, which is just whatever. Where will we go from here? Hope the Boros holds up. I like the Boros start, but that pack was pretty dry. That just happens, though. Sometimes you get crappy packs. That was a few days ago. Here, let me link people to... Well, I'll say... here's my YouTube channel. You can see part 1 in my fairly recent videos in the YouTube channel. All right. A finishing blow this late with the Direfleet Warmonger. Maybe we are supposed to pivot to black here, but I also like the Wingmayor and the Watchdog. And the Watchdog goes along right with what we're doing. Man, tough. I think I want the Watchdog, though. I'm going to go with my gut here and continue to try to push the white. Yeah, that's the thing. Blow is just not that good. We can see this hard removal and be like, man. But the trouble is you need to kill a lot of Watchdogs in the format. Maybe dub is the way I beat this table. We can take Warded Battlements, but I'm going to go with another playable 2 and be pretty happy to actually just see white cards here. We're now getting to the point where we would love to see a Houndmaster. Yep, Houndmaster is high on our list of cards we'd like to see. We cut red pretty hard here. I'd be surprised if anybody to our left, to our near left, ends up in red after the picking we've done. But sometimes, you know, someone might open a red bomb or that 5-mana dragony red mythic and just be like, oh, I guess I'm red. And then, yeah, ideally, red ought to flow, but there are some things that could happen to make it not flow. Havoc Jester pick 8 is interesting to me. I get that this is a low drop format, but this in red seems real good. And sacrificing some treasure is going to, you know, this is great. Fine top end. You don't want too much 5 in this type of deck, but a Havoc Jester will jump in. Who's passing to us? We got Topples, Ham as the nearby. Trader's Greed comes back and makes me want to take it over the Pitchburn Devils. If we back into even splashing the Warmonger, that could be a thing. You like Secure the Scene for the board? That's fair, but I think I like the Trader's Greed there. You could argue for the white removal, though. It's in that same camp of Hyper Clunk removal, though. And yeah, Hobble Fiend is just cards. Hobble Fiend is just a 2-drop we want that happens to randomly work with Trader's Greed. So James pointing that out. We'll look out for Hobble Fiends coming up. Battlement's still here. All right. Well, and there's still an imp here. I mean, black is clearly wide open, but white is open enough that I'm quite happy with where we're headed. Yeah, Scoured Baron's decent for the Warmonger splash, but ideally I don't want to splash. Ideally, we just find some of those Hobble Fiends and run the Trader's Greed on the strength of the Hobble Fiends and not worry about splashing black. Not amazing. We can take the Ogre. We could also take a Mutt for the board. This is best of 3, and Mutt may be worthwhile, but I'll go with the cheaper card that's surprisingly playable in this format. I mean, it's not unplayable in other formats, but it's kind of your D+ type card in a lot of other formats. Maybe a C-. It's bordering on C+ in this format and in this color. I guess I'll take the Rewind is the card we least want to face. I'm not too worried about Mind Rot, although maybe I should have taken it in case we do end up in black. I don't think we will, though. This could work with the sack theme, but again, I don't think we're doing that. Hellkite Punisher in the uncommon slot would be quite the high end for a deck like this. We could do it and try to wheel this Kerr. Kerr wheeled the first time, Secure the Scene wheeled. We could take a Palladium Mirror as just a playable 3 that then helps us 2-spell, just helps us dump our hand. And then it's a 2/2. I mean, I was talking about how if you use 3-mana ramp spells to ramp out a thing, and that's all your ramp spell does, you've effectively 2-for-1'd yourself to get out your big thing. But the mirror does untap and is a body. Like a 2/2 is a relevant body in the format. So I am going to take the Palladium Mirror on even in this deck. It's fine as a 3-drop that helps you kind of spew your hand on 4 and 5. And it's an artifact, right? Doesn't it count artifacts? Oh, I was trying to look at it like we were online. Whoa, Seasoned Hallowblade. Hello. Here's the Hobble Fiend we want, but I'm not going to take... I'm not going to pass the Hallowblade. I want this Temple as well. But Hallowblade's right where it's at. Yeah, also pick 10 should be good for us, as there's a lot that could wheel here. Even a slag or an arsonist comes back around and we're not unhappy. Dub on Howl Blade if you're not against black, blue, or white is wide open free, but watch out for enchantment removal and minus removal. Yeah, it took a mirror pack 2, pick 1. Bolt Hound jumped immediately out at me, but then I saw feet, and it's going to take something like deal 3 to get me off feet here. Oh, Acolyte is close, but feet feels almost more important than Acolyte number 2. Do you agree? That's a tough one. I guess this is best common. I guess I should take best common, but man, I want a Feat of Resistance badly. Best white common is best white common, though. Wouldn't mind that Bolt Hound. If we're battling opposites, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll be playing Gimli in the first round. I saw the Kern was going to grab that, but we'd rather have this doggy, I think. Kurs get worse in multiples. Watchdog is fine in multiples with the possible Houndmaster. Watchdog is just such a 2. I also like leaning heavier white to support these Acolytes so that we can, although we'll probably be an 8-8 kind of deck if I'm expecting where we'll be on mana. Houndmaster is just dream draw, right? It's only pack 2. We might even have one passed to us, given how hard we cut things. But maybe we'll find one early in 3. Right now I'm on a Peach Pear LaCroix. Although, if anybody, I said this once before on stream, but my new great joy is that the local grocery store has a generic version of apple soda water, just a store brand apple that hangs perfectly well with the bubbly apple flavor, which is my favorite flavor. So I'm really happy about that. Do you like a 2/2 Flash or a Daybreak Charger? Flash is not nothing, but Charger, not nothing either. Yeah, I guess let's go Charger. Funny, they're making these 3 ones for 2 in white better and better. Priest does mess with some Reanimator decks, but yeah, Charger can turn on Rise, which we may run. I don't know if we'll run it. Yeah, probably with these Acolytes we can justify it. Here's another Hellkite Punisher. This is more of a play for us now that we do have a Palladium Mirror. Palladium Mirror powering out a Punisher is kind of interesting. But are we this deck? I think we're just like Sure Strike over, you know, just keep it low. It's also, we could take one big high end. I think we're going to wheel the other Punisher, though. Let's see, we got 30 seconds. I can't really poll it, but I'm interested in what people are thinking here. Peggy is a play. It's not the 2-drop I want, though, and we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops with a pack to go. So let's take what we don't have yet, which is a nice combat trick. Yeah, Jim. I think there's another Punisher that's going to wheel. I can't remember. Hey, I did that whole screen capture thing, then forgot to look at it, by the way. Could bring in, could take a Führer to bring it in when we think it would be good, but probably just want an Ogre to continue adding to 3s that do Furious Rise stuff. Was there a tapper here? What tapper am I missing? Did I miss a tapper? Must have been other turn. I can't pass the Ogre when we may be playing this Rise. I think we take the Ogre. Destructive Tampering would be great to have in our pile, but we're going to take a Swift Response. Excellent pickup here. And pick 8 says we found I'm surprised this is our lane. I'm surprised this table has given us this lane, but I like it. I will pick up a dub to bring out of the board against people who don't show us removal that punish us for dub. Here's that Hellkite Punisher I thought was coming around, which we could take over Cur number 2. We could just take Cur number 2, though. I think here I'll take the Punisher. You know, having this in the deck, especially with the Palladium Mirror to help power it out, is fine. Halo for the board was the backup pick to the Punisher. Here's another Sure Strike, but I'm going to go with Arsonist number 1 over Sure Strike number 2. You're low on Swift Response, but we got to play it. I mean, the thing with red-white, yes, it does not clear blockers, which is a big problem with removal when you're aggro. But it can be okay if you're so aggro that you're inevitably racing. This is fine in a race, and you're often getting into races with Boros. So I hear what you're saying, but I think it's I like it better than you're thinking, I think, because of that. Burn Bright, probably not going to make the main, but maybe we'll find some home for this if we somehow find the go wide, but that just never happens in this format, I find. Maybe I'm under-repping Burn Bright's capabilities, but I just always only want that if I'm doing go wide with, like, tokens. Burn Bright's been an MVP for James. Yeah, so this is where I want Secure the Scene. We might even play it, but I certainly don't want to prioritize this type of removal. Burn Bright plus Wizardry seems great. I've just not had that yet. Liliana, Waker of the Dead. Cards in your graveyard. That seems okay, but not. I mean, we're not going to take it. We're nowhere near it. We got, what else we got here? Oh, we got a Shock, which I saw, but I'm going to take, I think, an Acolyte number 3 over Shock number 1. Yeah, let's just Acolyte this up. All the Acolytes. Nice spot. We have 23 cards in our deck right now. So really, we're just looking to upgrade throughout this pack. We passed Lily to Wrath Levy. Yeah, I love. Now I'm in on the Acolytes. It would have been a lot harder if we'd seen the Scorching Dragonfire, because I think we would want Scorching Dragonfire number 1 over Acolyte number 4 here. But even then, Here's a Hobble Fiend that I think I'm going to grab. And this turns on the Trader's Greed we do have. And if we might wheel this one, we might find more Hobble Fiends in which we can make Trader's Greed a real thing. If not the Greed, we can wheel that dub for the board that I was talking about. How about Houndmaster? One Houndmaster. I mean, I'm trying to be reasonable, James. I'll let you guys be greedy on the 2 Houndmasters. By the way, guys is a word I am trying to get out of my vocabulary and degenderize my hey everybody. I apologize. I'm sure many of you don't care, but it matters to me. For a long time I told myself guys is fine. I call, in a group, women can be guys too, right? But I don't like it. Yeah, folks, there's many words I can use instead. I've just been using guys my whole life. It's a real hard rewiring. I'm 48 years old, trying to rewire my brain. Takes some work. But I'm trying. I just want to let you know. Whenever you hear me say guys, you can also know that in my head I'm going, I did it again. Sorry, Battalion here. Half on color Epiphany. I don't think we want tap lands in this deck, so I'm going to go with Battalion. Yeah, good black. Continues to flow. We could take Legion's Judgment for the board. This is best of 3, but Swooper is right on plan. Let's just swoop it up. Tempted by Devils? Yeah, I'm not. I think this is exactly what this deck is looking for. I mean, AZ, you can say that guys includes girls, and in fact, that's what I've been doing my whole life, telling myself that guys includes girls, and therefore it's okay. But if culturally the world decided that a group of humans of all genders is called gals, I wouldn't like it. I would not like being grouped in a group called gals because I don't feel like a gal. So I don't know. It's just me trying to flip the script and know that I wouldn't like it the other way around. So here I'm going to go with Wingmare over another chance at a Legion's Judgment. I'm glad you feel pretty. Yeah, here's another chance of Mutt for the board. We'll wheel that, though. Nobody wants a Mutt. Hell, nobody wants the good white cards in these packs. Yeah, black is wide open. We'll take a Pyreling, but probably put it in the board to start. It's a 1/3 for 2, so it's not unplayable. We're not doing the mutt is the thing that can work with it, but we don't have any mutts even. So if Raph isn't in black, Raph may be regretting not being in black. But here's a mutt we can take, which I do like over another Cur here. I like how this is shaping up. We might just ditch the Punisher, ditch the Secure the Scene, top out at Jester. Maybe not even run the Palladium Mirror. I know I was saying it's playable as to dump out your hand, but we just have so much playable here that I don't think we need to. Like, cut the Palladium Mirror. Or we could cut an ogre or whatever, but I do like the Furious Rise combo with the ogres. Sure Strike is somewhat tempting. We have one. I'm going to add to our one drops though. I think this is good for us with the Trips Acolyte. Maybe we just cut Traitorous Greed and we stop trying to worry about Hobblefiend shenanigans. And I think we probably cut the Pyreling unless we're seeing... So here's my deck right now. Here's my 24. I don't know if you agree or not. We cut Palladium Mirror, Traitorous Greed, Pyreling, Punisher, Secure the Scene, Tampering. Thrill came around. We could like cut an Archer so that we don't, I don't know what kind of one toughness, like so our Arsonist doesn't die. Yeah, we might bring the Mirror back in, but I'll take a Thrill here. Yeah, we could hate the Ghoul. We're not running the Thrill, so let's take the card that matters most to us. The Thrill is okay. It has that Cathartic Reunion type effect. But yeah, that's fine. Let's take the Ghoul. Hate the Ghoul. Gadrak may not be exactly our deck's plan, but it's still good enough to play. Take a Steed here and consider it at the top end. Half color Scryland, yes or no? In aggro. Probably I'm saying not. If it was a true duel, of course I would. But not in this deck, I don't think. If you're a little more controlling, you can get away with that, but we want to curve out. I kind of want our opponents to play Track Down. Let's take Crash through here, even though we're not going to run it. We could cut Corpse. I don't think we're running a Prismite, even though it does do Gadrak stuff. Actually, I'll take the Steward. No, I'll take the Corpse. Lurker. All right, I think this is our deck, unless you want to bring in Palladium Mirror for something. So I'll bring in the Mirror, and let's talk about what to cut. Well, I cut the Rise, but that wasn't intentional. I think we should be considering the Rise. Yeah, Hobblefiend is an expendable 2, given... cut the Steed. You still have Vessel main. What's Vessel? Oh, I still have it? What am I supposed to take some amount? Oh yeah, thank you. That's what it was. Got it. I thought we were already at 24 and I couldn't figure out why we had a cut to make. Thank you. Okay, so do we like this? By the way, here's the pairing. I am facing MTG Nerd Girl to start. Here is that for you all. But it's not Jim. A Grey Ogre that taps for 2 mana is not a Grey Ogre. Doesn't mean we couldn't cut it or change it. But it's not a Grey Ogre. I'm going to start by sending this to our MTGA. Go to deck building. It lets you we can still talk about it. You can see that I cut it, so I'm on the edge with it. But the place where it works for you is when you play it on turn 3, untap, and have literal 6 mana on turn 4, in which you can play 2 3-drops. And really, double spelling on turn 4 is quite a benefit. I'm keeping both ogres in because of the Furious Rise. And we're going to just call this what it is, which is Streamer Showdown Finals. And get some fancier lands for the event. I'll go with my classic Avons. I guess I've never had a Jester in Ajax here. Well, we have 2 ogres, Gadrak and Jester. We have a battalion that can counter itself to 4, and we have Trips Acolyte that can take any 3 and turn it into a 4. So, and we have Sure Strike that will trigger it at the end of the turn in which we use it. You know, so there's some things that get it done. I think it's worth playing. And here we go. We don't have many 3s? This is all 3s. What do you mean? Oh, 3, you mean like 3 power? Yeah, maybe 3 power. Getting from 3 to 4 on a single Acolyte, not going to happen a ton, but I think it's still worth it here. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, too long. Oh, well. All right, make sure that I'm friends with Nerd Girl. I think we've been in these events together, but not, have we played yet? I guess we'll find out. No, because I just had to ask her. Well, even if we're double spelling on 5, it's still good, JX. Let's figure it out. We'll leave it in there and then see how it goes. Maybe we'll take it out in sideboarding if we feel like it's not what we want to be doing. Let's see, I'll let... Whoa. No. Gosh, I just did a random mouse click with my hand that could have ended the stream. You know, it's like, well, closed Streamlabs, wah. Yeah, I don't know, Jim. Maybe I'm being a little too non-Hyperboros aggro with those 2 picks. But let's start with this, and then we can make some changes. Then the Hobble Fiend not being in the deck. I mean, Hobble Fiend certainly is a way to approach that. It's kind of like another card for Rise. Oh, yeah, I was going to let Nerd Girl know what I am, but... Are we... Still no MTG Nerd Girl showing up in my friends. Hang tight, everybody. It's certainly playable, but it's not at its best in our deck for sure. Hey, we didn't get that that dub back. I was willing to consider dub out of the board, but we just didn't end up with one. Well, if she's sending me a challenge, she should show up in my list. And I don't even see her as a friend, so I don't know how that's happening. I am. Here we are. Huh. Nerd Girl says sent. We're gonna try a relog and see if that lets me see you. Shouldn't have to. I'm at least going to try a quick relog and see if that fixes it. I get it. I'm saying I shouldn't have to. All right, she's still not there. Fine. What a pain. Okay, challenge match. Limited tournament match. Well, let's try this one, and I'll see. There's nothing here indicating I got anything, so if there's a challenge at the bottom... Yeah, see, I have a request that's not been accepted here. Oh, well. Oh, right. She gave me an extra pound. That's what's going on here. Let's try this. Still not seeing her. Still seeing my request down here. Let's kill that one. Hey, all right. Okay, let's update this info for you. We've got free to play. Showdown. And account, oh wait, sorry, record 00. All right, gang, here we go. Can we do it? I want to make a good showing here. Well, we got Mutt into Battalion and Ogre, so this is a keep, even though it's a little floody. And I'll turn on my disabled, turn on emotes and say hello. All right, need a planes for this Acolyte. We'll go Mutt, so if it can't get through, we can at least start the pinging. And this is big time for me. I don't want to forget pings. I'm putting my little post-it note sticker right above, right next to my next button so that I see it and remember that I have a thing in play that pings. The dots were too sticky. The dots, I was using these, but they actually like got sticky stuff on the screen. So a little post-it note's working better. And Ogre or Battalion, no extra toughness around here, so I'm going to go with the biggest attacker. Although if Battalion, yeah, I'll do this. I like this. Ogre into Rise is good, is another reason to do it. Yeah, if we get a planes, I'm just going to Acolyte. Remembering to ping. The note didn't hurt, neither did talking about it. A lot of mana up for Nerd Girl not to do anything here. I don't believe it. Do you believe it? Nobody here believes it. Nice draw, though, because now we can Furious Rise and Shield Mate. And I'm going to lead with the Shield Mate in case... Although if they have the flyer counter, it's not going to work. But if she has Rewind, she might go for it. Let's try. Yeah, sure seems like this is going to get countered, but let's make him. Let's make her have it. Reasonable. If we end up with another planes, I'm actually going to go Veteran Battalion so that we can Acolyte the Battalion and get to 4 immediately. It's not so bad for us as far as roaming Ghost Lights go. We'll ping before it disappears. The real problem is like 3 power of flying in the air. And the card draw. Good turn for Nerd Girl. Good turn. We're really punished by our lack of planes here, though. And on that front, though, we can drop the Ogre to be sure we get some sort of option off the Rise. And I think, and it uses... I mean, the other thing we do is Mutt Veteran, which uses our mana. And then Veteran can double block the Larcenist, and we don't... But the Ogre can naturally block it. I'm just going to go with the Ogre and trigger the Rise. Find a shock. We can even cast it. Maybe James. James has got strong opinions about the Furious Rise. But I think it's a nice way for a deck like this to actually have some legs in the late game. Really want to land off the top so we can try and 2-spell here. Yes, excellent, excellent. They have a flyer, so if they've got counters, they've got Gadrak, but there's no sense trying to, like, bait with the mutt because she knows we've got it. And anything getting counters? Not yet. But Veteran next turn, if we draw another Plains, would be amazing with the Acolyte. But I'm going to go Magmut here anyway. We can consider attacking for triggering Gadrak tokens. I didn't want to do anything there, though. All right, drawing out the premium. Well, yeah, 5 mana is hard to be premium, but drawing out the hard removal, at least. All right. Almost a sure win, but right now we are facing pretty heavy problems in the air here. Yeah, let's get the ogre bigger and start trying to race a little bit here, and the lifelink on the ground doesn't hurt. Gotta survive, and I did not ping. I forgot to ping. I did remember, however, to attack. Turret Ogre, pretty good for Nerd Girl here. Sure Strike, great though. It's going to give us 5 life out of nowhere. And hopefully save just about everything. Let's see, we can get, with 7 mana, we can do it all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So sending in our 3 well, I can even send the Shield Mate, I suppose, given the life we're about to get back and the creatures we're going to add. So I will. I'm sending it all. Well, I should make sure. We're taking 5 in the air. We're going to get to... We have to Sure Strike the Acolyte, which is one thing. But we're going to be at we're going to be at 10. They attack us to 5 in the air, and we have 2 creatures on the ground if they can, you know, if she can navigate around this. I think we attack with the Shield Mate. Yeah, I think we do. Gotta go for it. That's where I wanted the Acolyte block. And now we gotta hope this happens. Yes, yes. This is the 3rd event. There was a pod 1 and a pod 2, and the top 4 in each pod are now squaring off here in the finals. I just had to go 2-1. I did not win the other pod, but was happy to get 2-1 against that field. Veteran, we're going to have 8 mana, which allows us to actually throw a single counter on something without one if we want to, and still cast the doggy, especially in the face of having drawn land. So I'm going to swing everything but the Veteran and decide where to throw the counter. Is this Pitchburn Devils going to get us? How bad off are we because of that? because it kind of puts us at a virtual 4 against a field of flyers. So we're at a virtual 9, though. 876, which does allow us to survive Roaming Gas, Ghost Light, and Singer. That's true. Got counters to throw around. All right, just kind of working it out, but I think, again, the answer is swing with everything that's not a veteran and force some blocks here. Yeah, we can get more life if we counter the Acolyte, that is true, but it's going to be based on their block, right? I was thinking they might go to face with the Devils. But maybe they can't afford to. I'm saying they. I know it's she. It's MTG Nerd Girl. Maybe she can't afford to. Try to use pronouns when I know them, and then I use they when I don't. Right. The question is, do we save the Ogre or what the Ogre targets? And we could even throw this on the Shield Mate to try and get the Stinger or whatever. Let's look at what's getting through. 3, 4, 5 is getting through, which is not, of course, 6 or 7. And in this case, I think we take the Ogre trade and save whatever they try and hit. And if they go for us, I think that's still good, right? They can't, well, if they go for the veteran, that's fine. We throw a counter somewhere else, and we can't save the veteran anyway. Yeah, we could go for the Singer, but then they get a 2-for-1. Then they can kill with impunity with the Devils. Now, I like this. You want to kill the Flyer? Boy, it does make it harder for them to win if they don't have that Flyer, huh? All right. We'll try. They might have a trick here, but okay, that got there. They get their choice now, but we have a pretty good board for this situation. War Furnace wanted to wait. I like taking out the Flyer. That was good. I think this is all good. Yeah, it puts us at dead to prowess, which I don't love. How am I gaining life? Acolyte was how we got life there. No problem, War Furnace. All right, we got game 1 against, let's check some deets here. Shock, Slag. Just looks like classic red-blue in the format. We didn't see anything particularly bomby. Everything was, in fact, like, was there even any uncommons? So right now we just battled against a bunch of red-blue commons. I'm sure she has lots better stuff in the deck than we just probably dodged it. Yeah, we don't have any extra removal though, right? So whatever. I mean, we could bring in Secure, but I don't think we're not even really seeing... I mean, Secure would get rid of the Devils without having it fire off. It's not a mere common, but it is indeed a common. Excuse me. I don't see... I mean, we do Tampering. Yeah, the Threaten, although we're on the... I like Threaten a little more on the play. We're going to be on the draw. What do you want to cut, Hat? You want to bring in... I'd be up for it. We can bring in... We can try Tampering. I don't know if... You didn't see an artifact or anything, but Tampering is good. Our current We have 21 creatures, so we can certainly cut creatures, and it's not the worst. Palladium Mirror was on the edge of inclusion for me. Some people have said not really worth it. Haj doesn't like the tampering given the flyers. That's pretty darn fair. Let's save the tampering for when Oppo is showing blockers. We could add a Punisher. But we're at 16. I'm going to send it back. One mountain here, and I love this hand. No mountains here, and I'm sad panda. Can't keep it. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth risking that we brick on 2 and just fall down flat. Much better. With the Acolyte, I often get greedy in spots like this, and I'll pitch like a plains and just try and get back on lands. But in this case, that feels too difficult. We can either get rid of the Swift Response so that we have 2 creatures for Basri, but we have nothing but creatures. So I'm going to get rid of the Ogre and assume that we'll find something else for Basri to hit before we cast that excellent common of ours. Hey, doggy. Excellent. Got another Ogre anyway. Any land now, and we get Acolyte on 4. If Nerd Girl doesn't get rid of any of our creatures, it's a nice Acolyte on 4. Oh, well. Acolyte on 5? Question mark? We got our nice land, though. We'll play Gadrak and make her have something for it. I'm playing Gadrak over Ogre because it does block a Riddle Form. Now, if Riddle Form attacks, it screams like +3/+1 per +0 first strike, that kind of thing. But I'm also wondering why she would have made it a creature if in not intending to attack, although we're tapped out, so it's safe to do so. All right, this is nice, actually. Kerr with the Swift Response up is probably going to let us use Swift Response, although we could just go Ogre and try to Acolyte on Ogre and Scourge, but I kind of like Kerr with a counter on it, actually. So let's do Kerr and see if we don't get a Swift Response target before this is out. The trouble is the Riddle Form can't attack into the Gadrak, so... If Nerd Girl's using Scry for her turn here, that's good for us. That's what happened last time. We keep getting this thing slagged. But it's actually good for us. If the thing's going to get slagged anyway, the nice thing here is that Riddle Form is going to take a Swift Response, which is kind of what I wanted. Anyway. Another Acolyte. Let's go Ogre first. Well, we'll attack first. She can't block the Kerr, or it's just giving up an Arcanist. Hopefully she's on her back foot to the point where she needs to deploy creatures here, and then Acolyte can help us power through them. Well, it looks like it doesn't actually do that much for us here. It does not turn Kerr into a good attack, and it does not turn Ogre into a winning attack. We could wait until we have a 6/4. Very nice, JX. We could also like send the cur. They will not block it. And then we can Acolyte at the end of turn, pump these two up, and then next turn set up for Acolyte with an Ogre, have a 6/4. And then the 6/4, well, 6/4 still loses to this Ogre, so that's not actually a good plan. All right, then let's start with a Swing Bolt. Since the Acolyte counters don't even matter right now, actually, we can send in both before we do it. Interesting. All right. Nerd Girl says, no trade, please. And we're going to see if there's nonsense afoot. Next turn, probably Acolyting onto Acolyte and Cur. Spread out the power. If we could get the Ogre above Ogre damage, we would, but we can't. Love it. Interesting, she went for the bigger power as opposed to the lifelink. Well, she might just be flooding out and have 2 lands in hand or something, but we're going to put to the... like, worst case here, she's got the rare that just completely wrecks us. But I'm going to go for this anyway. Epiphany. Epiphany would be bad. Scorching gets one of them. Yeah, Kerr is legit. I'm not saying she made a mistake. I was just observing that that was the choice. 3 power lifelink versus this pumpable 4 power, you know? Well, both flooding a little bit here, but it's working out better for us than her. Yep, we'll hold this land. We're not playing the Thrill, though. Still holding a land just for the threat of it, right? Yeah, I don't think we have any looting in the deck. Well, if she didn't find anything, this is a forced chump. And now needs removal and a creature, so hopefully this is ours. And we get there. Looks like it. Wow, we both flooded to oblivion, but we had the board presence to get there. All right, I like it when we flood and win. We got the flooding out of the way, but we still got the win. Looks like 3 of the 4 matches are done. Well, I have yet to beat the Ham TV. This would be an excellent time to start, wouldn't you say? I think we're friends because of that. Let's see. I'm not, let me ask, should Ham and I start or wait for a round? Shaking the camera as I remove my... Okay, sounds like we're ready, so I'm going to challenge Ham. Whoop, did I just make that go away? Is he still challenged? Okay, there we go. Didn't know where it went. Play is where we want to be with this deck. All right, Magic Gods, come on, help me beat the Ham. All right, that's a start, that's a start. Oh, Arsonist, you're late. What a great curve out that would have been. Arsonist into Dog into Battalion. That is rough. Oh! We got there anyway. Well, we can't do it both though, huh? Battalion doesn't all happen. We could two spell it. But I think we just want the Battalion. Potentially counter magic up. Could be a reason to do two spells. If there's counter magic, we get one of them through. So yeah, let's two spell it. Yeah, and battlements next is nice too. Now if they want to use the, if Ham wants to use the counter on this, that's cool. All right, we played smart. Ooh, missed the land here, but battlements could get us for sure one more damage in, but I'm going to just send in the doggy, expect that Ham is not going to trade, and then drop the Battalion. We've got open mana, and Singer is better than the Hound, so was not expecting a block there, and now we can try and get counters on the Battalion ahead of a Furious Rise. Or, lots of mana open. Doesn't make me want to cast an Acolyte into it. I'm going to try a Battlements here and see if that draws a counter. Doesn't draw a counter, but it did draw a pause. So, but I'm going to send both since Watchdogs become 3 power here. A lot could happen here, though. But we're going to make Ham have it. Looks like something... Oh, very nice, very nice. Feat of Resistance is a hell of a card. So's Acolyte, which is what we took over a Feat of Resistance that we had access to. Still showing us all of this mana up. Now the Rise doesn't do much. Here we go. Anti-Rise folks have their case made here. Like, we have a literal three mana do nothing right now. And so despite the open mana, we have to try this, right? We just have to. We can't, like, not play any of our spells or play a useless one. Oh, that's true. Acolyte helps us get there eventually with the doggies. Right now they're 3s, but they get 4 on attacks. So Battlements plus Acolyte are combining to turn our 2 drops into something that the Rise can trigger. Yeah, we got to keep attacking, right? I mean, Feat of Resistance is so good, but they're at 8. Ham's at 8. And we'll offer what we hope is a trade. Oh, it's not till end of turn. Great point. Attacking creatures. Thank you, gang. Very good point. You don't want to do this because we just get eaten if they've got a spell. That's fair. We'll take the turn off. I know it was prowess, but Daybreak Charger probably won't attack. Okay, that's good for us. I think that's good. I don't know what else is behind here. Maybe they're just looking to trade off for the Watchdog, and that's fine. Yeah, they would trade, and that's fine. So let's do that, and then drop a Hallow Blade and leave the Furious Rise to discard to the Hallow Blade. Yeah, Hallow Blade does not have as much to do against blue-white. I guess there's literally nothing in blue-white that's going to reach out and deal damage to this thing, right? Like, nothing. I mean, it might not, James, because if blue-white is not going to damage this on their turn... Yeah, swift response, but it's not tapped. I'm saying on their like we're going to untap and draw before this. The only question is if we draw something better to pitch than Furious Rise to this. But I'll do it. And swift response can't destroy. Yeah, but we need a card to discard to it is the thing. I'm going shields down on Hallow Blade because I don't think there's a card in blue-white that's going to punish us for that exactly. Not the card we wanted to see, but I'm going to remember not to pitch it so we can send it to Hallow Blade. So Hallow Blade, I guess it doesn't matter. It kind of is the card we wanted to see, right? Because we're willing to pitch it to the Hallow Blade. And Doggy trades even with a prowess trigger, so I like sending Doggy. I like sending Hallow Blade. I like leaving Acolyte back. Although we could just give up Acolyte for damage. Yeah, maybe we send in Acolyte too. If they have prowess, they can eat the Acolyte, but then they have to deal with these two. But we don't get the Rise trigger because, again, it goes away, right? We worked that out. Warded Battlements only works during combat. Sure smacks like we're going to lose this Acolyte to a pump, or, you know, a prowess trigger, but it feels worth it to me. Probably to save the Watcher. Yeah. Ham's no dummy, huh? Brutal. But they need to find something to pin down this Hallow Blade, or do we have a feat? I thought, did we end up with one? No, I think we passed him for Acolyte. Man, now this is slipping away from us. Why can't I beat him ever? God, we'll still get there. We're gonna get there 2-1, right? Havoc Jester is nice-ish for the race, but we're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just dead. Man. Well, long shot. Maybe he tries a block. We lost to 2 feet of resistance, to be clear. We didn't lose to anything in Ham's deck except for 2 feet of resistance. Yeah, I guess Jester gives us a draw, but yeah, I should have played it for the draw, but we had no... What were we going to draw? Like, let me see if we were... Yeah, I should have played it. We could have lived one more turn. But then there'd be no mana. Like, we could have played Mountain and found a shock, but then nothing shocked. Yeah, no, I should have thought about it. Again, my fail is not thinking about the rise and the consequences, but there actually was no out there. Because even if we play a Mountain, play the Jester, find a shock, the shock doesn't do anything. Yes, James. Settle down on the Rise comments or I'm going to time you out. I fully understand your opinion on Rise, James. Yeah, Gaggle Master really brought it home, huh? Bunch of flyers. What do we have for that? We've got our Ogre. I mean, sorry, oh, I thought we had a 4-mana Ogre. We don't. We never picked one up. Maybe we need a Punisher? But it's not how I want to try and win this. I think we just need to get there with our game plan. Hodge wants the Burn Bright. Cut a Jester and add a Burn Bright and just try to get even lower here. And on that front, we could go, if we're getting rid of one of our Rise pumps, this could be a spot where we go double Burn Bright. And I think I kind of like trying this. I was saying I hadn't found a spot to play Burn Brights, but on the play in this match, Halloween to deal with combat tricks. We're running out of time. I just got to send this or I'm going to miss it. Maybe. Yeah. I didn't have the time. I just had to submit it or we wouldn't have gotten any of our changes. I mean, how many 2s do we have in the deck? How many 2s? I gotta keep this, but it's disappointing because we really want to get on board on 2, and we only have 1 shot. So, gotta keep it. We gotta keep it. I'm just saying it's sad. Maybe not gotta keep it. Anybody mulliganing that because we just feel like we just have to have a 2 or we're not doing anything? Well, there's the, we were going to trade possibly Mirror for Hobblefiend, which I would love a Hobblefiend right now. Although, if we can't get something on 2, Palladium Mirror setting up 6 mana on 3 doesn't suck. Woof. Hate to see that down and us without much removal in this deck. We could Wingmare to try and get that going, but just Palladium. I like Palladium Mirror to set up the 2 spell. We get Ogre Wingmare next turn. And yeah, we'll start on Wingmare because of what it does to their ability to counter stuff and feat stuff. Watcher reducing cost of flyers, though, is... it's tough. This could be a 3/3 that gets a swooper. Although a swooper, I suppose they would have brought it up. I didn't want to lose our Palladium Mirror to the shield. I wasn't going to risk that block. All right, Wingmare first in case of counter that we can pay for, and then Ogre after. So, wouldn't have minded a Hobble Fiend to get this out on 2, but that didn't suck. On the Ogre? Nothing I could pay for on the Ogre. But yeah, I guess I couldn't have paid for the Wingmare either because they had the flyers. Yucky. No blocks. We can go Acolyte and Palladium Mirror plus Mountain gets the Sure Strike. I like that. Put it here with Sure Strike up. Which ham smells a million miles away. Rough time to try to be racing here. But it's all we've got. One of my only 7-0s in the format was a blue-white deck that looks a little bit like this. Cannot even seem to dent ham. I can't even seem to dent the ham. Like, he's rolled me every single game I've played on stream. 100%. He might have brought it in because we're so aggro and because, yeah, the prowess thing is real. But we're not dead yet. I shouldn't be so gloomy.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
We are indeed mostly dead, though. Don't you forget. Don't you think we're not mostly dead? So, let's see. Keep the flyer. We can swoop to get the Acolyte up in the air. What does that do for us? It's almost certainly a feat here, but I don't know what... It's like, we can't beat a feat. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Acolyte is amazing, but feat is beating Acolyte in this matchup. Yeah, I guess we actually want the bigger thing in the air. Then the Ogre beats Singer in case we don't. Yeah, we just have to... That is excellent advice. It's just that we know it's there. We're so gonna lose. And we gotta keep... We have 2 flyer blockers. Do we send in the Wingmare? What are we doing on the crackback? We only have this. They really just win if we do that, so I'm not going to send in the other flyer. I think it's too risky. Feat is most likely going to Singer, Feat, eat Ogre, and then we will Sure Strike the Acolyte for life. Remember in week 1, feats were going extremely late. Well, this probably isn't great because they're going to go for their trick and it's going to trump our trick. Sure Strike on a pro-white Singer does nothing. But we'll save and hope that our Sure Strike does some work on defense. Surprised Ham's running Halo. I wonder what his thoughts are here. Because Ogre is still just a nice defender. I guess it's good in, you know, to be fair, like to think about Ham's choice here. In a Skies deck, if you can eliminate a ground creature from being able to damage you, you can ignore it. It is like it's dead now, right? Yeah, I'm sure it's a sideboard. I'm just thinking through Ham's decision to bring it in. But it's probably main deckable in Skies. Now that I think about it. Because you just don't care about a ground defender. Well, good news. He can't have Feat of Resistance, or he can't cast Feat of Resistance here, so we get to try something. We probably need to trade here and try to eat here. Burn Bright. Not so hot here. Plus, I'm going to keep everything back. Because if for some reason Ham plays two flyers and makes this a 4/4 until end of turn, I want to be able to block and kill. So we're going to stay back. We could send the Palladium Mirror as like a feint. Right. It's forced block and kill, and that's why I'm you know, right now we have a trade, which is fine. But if this escapes, if this gets out of hand and becomes a 4/4 for the turn, we can no longer trade. So yeah, and it does stop multiples. But I still don't love this unless you are doing the Skies thing. If you can name a ground creature in a Skies deck, you're pretty happy with Ruined Halo. No fair! We had to pass feats to get our acolytes. So forced block here, and really a forced block here, but since this can't do damage anyway, not the biggest crime. Help, please! We're not dead yet to the Ham TV. We can maybe find a way to maybe put a dent in his armor? Yeah, I like saving the Burn Bright for this turn here. We got to take out the 4 because we do have a 3/2 we might find. Oh, there it is. But still dead. Yeah, reasonable purple monkeys, but not enough. I can't do anything against the ham TV. Like, I may as well not show up, it seems. Ah, ham, you got me again. Cannot take... Not even just a game? Like, I can't even make him worry. I haven't even made him worry yet, I don't think. Oh yeah, no shame in losing to ham, but I'm good enough to get him sometimes, right? Like sometimes at some point, ham, I'm gonna get lucky. I'm gonna get a good draw, and you're gonna get a bad draw, and I'm gonna win. Yeah, but not today. Good game, ham. I really let him have it there, huh? Really let him know that sometime I might beat him. Here's what I just texted to ham in our group chat. Got him good, I think. All right, where does that put us for our final match? Got to check the brackets. Somebody have the brackets up? I've lost the thread on brackets. Let's see, I'll find it in the chat if nobody else has it here. Thank you. Hats on it. So who are we waiting for? Looks like I'm playing the loser of Gimli versus Sigrist. I would go watch, but that wouldn't be fair. I want to be surprised at what I'm facing. Let's see. What do we got? Want an AMA while we wait for my match? Can you let me know how that match is doing? Somebody check in on it and give me an ETA, or at least a game and turn. Poseidon wants to know what we think the best card in for the format is in Limited. Does that not work? Wizard Lizard likes Veto. Don't think it can be Veto. Veto... It's too vulnerable before he gets going. Yeah, I think it's hard to argue with something like Ugin. But it takes work. You don't just throw Ugin in a deck, right? But it may be the... I don't know. Or what's our metric? We can choose our pack one, pick one. Because the thing about choosing pack one, pick one, then you choose Ugin because it's colorless. Although Ugin's really green, right? I think Ugin is kind of a green card. You really want to ramp to an 8 mana card. Terror of the Peaks is a great choice. We were talking about that yesterday, or maybe this morning. I lost to a Terror of Peaks recently, and it was like, yeah, I guess we lose to that. But the thing with even Terror of the Peaks is it can be removed before it does much, which is why I tend to look towards Planeswalkers or ridiculous value cards, unless it's an impossible to kill creature. Like, basically, I expect mostly the best cards in a set have a dramatic impact the turn they are cast. And the mythic creatures, as good as they are, don't have a dramatic impact the turn they are cast, besides being a blocker. And, yeah, but even if you remove, even if you finishing blow Planeswalkers, I've 2-for-1'd you, because I get a card's worth of value out of my Planeswalker activation, and then you use a card to kill it, right? Yeah, maybe it's just Epiphany, although Epiphany stinks against aggro, so I don't even think it's the best. Massacre Worm is an interesting nomination. Pretty heavy on the black, and black's not the best color in the format. I've lost to the Terror, have not seen the Gargaroth yet, but that seems bonkers. All right, I think we are we, let's see, let's check that. Oh man, Nerd Girl. Gimlick's 1-2-0, so it looks like we are facing Gimlick's. Gim is 2-0, 1-2-0, so it looks like we're facing Mike. I think. I don't know who I'm playing. To be honest. Oh wait. There we go. We're waiting for winner of Raf Jamie. And they may still be in. Oh no, Raf 1-2-0. So no problem. Just ham TV into Raf Levy. Couldn't have thrown Mike Sigrist in here somewhere, I suppose. Gotta let Raf give him my digits again here. Here, I'll just pull it from my own commands. Aha. Supposedly I've been challenged. Huh, I don't see it. Ah, I need to... There we go. He's giving me the name now. Hamoud. There we go. I'll just do this. All right, gang, let's see if we can't beat Raf Levy at a game of Limited, a match of Limited. Seems easy. Shouldn't be a problem at all, I'm thinking. All right, we can work with this. Finding a 3 would be cool. Then we get 2, 3, and 2 spell on 4. And we're going first. Very interesting. Raf just put us on the play, everybody. I would have thought that's where we wanted to be. But when someone of his caliber chooses the draw, I certainly pay attention. It's gonna get shocked. Classic shock pause. Shock pause to shock the pause. Woof. All right, we did find a 3. I'm gonna go ahead and play it so we can 2-spell on 4. Yeah, classic reason to draw is that you think you're going to win a game of attrition. And bold attack. I'm going to call the bluff. If he wants to use removal on this, I'm down. Shield mate. Could go shield mate Magmut and then actually have some value out of the charger. Then we can attack as a 3/3 with the shield mate, which is kind of better than any other attackers we have here. I'm going to do that. Put my ping reminder up. 4/3, yeah, right. 4/3, even better. No, 3/3, right? It's +2. Yeah, you're making the same mistake I did. I think it gives +3 because of the fact that it's a 3, but it only gives +2. Oh, battlements, sure, yes. Now we're on the same page. I got there. Main thing is it doesn't increase the toughness to 4, which would be the magical number on the Thallid. Well, come on, you got an old school Magic player. You're likely to find... I mean, this mountain is so classic, especially, right? John Avon Mirage Mountain. Very pretty. Sunset Hill. Are we racing? Are we blocking? Not gonna block. You want a meme? You got any channel points? So, we do have this Sure Strike here, and that's all well and good, but Wrath Levy has 4 mana, 4 cards, and possible instant speed removal. So, no-brainer here to use the Sure Strike, but I am going to offer Magmut and Shieldmate. We're going to send in both and see what happens. Right on, Tron. Thank you for that sub. Oh, they're out of stock? Well, if they're out of stock, that's fair. I'll do a freebie then. What's the... I'm going to try to find the meme that most reflects what's going on here. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of expected that, and I'll just take this trade. What's the chaos meme? Hello. Oh, my daughter is offering me a donut. Not right now. I will come and get that at another... I'll have it later. Yeah, I was thinking Vandal, right? There you go.
Extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And yes, since Tron subbed, how about Rat Burglar 2? Double.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Donut is going to be my reward for not screwing up. I'm not even going to like hold it for a win. I'm just going to try to have a good showing here. And I'll reward myself with a donut. Looks like... Huh, this is interesting, because we're still trading. What do you think that was about? What am I missing? That's what it was about. Okay, we get it now. I mean, obviously it was about something, right? Like, that was just such a terrible block and a terrible play that you're like, okay, this is a not terrible player who just did something that looks like it's terrible. We know he's not terrible, so what's going on? Answered. It's also really sad, because when bad players do that, you're like, you have some hope that you might be getting them, but all you're doing against Raph Levy is wondering what they're up to, and then you find out. That doesn't suck, and we can drop Gadrak after combat, and if our stuff dies, let's see, if we can each non-token creature that died this turn, so if they offer a trade here, we could end up with a lot of stuff for Gadrak, and we can even use the Sure Strike. We might, if we attack with the Charger, we have to use the Sure Strike on the Sapperling if we want to keep the Charger alive, but it is a token. I'm going to send all, and the Charger likely to just trade off with the 1/1, which is not great, but we can get close here to Gadrak actually attacking. Thank you, Septimin. Ah, nice, nice. How does this impact us? It actually doesn't. It seems like he's getting us, but this is actually going to help us. This means this actually means Gadrak like attacks next turn if everything else here dies. Well, it'll be close. We're going to Sure Strike. Trade that. Make a bunch of change here. Well, we both had some action thanks to some dead creatures. Wow, Strickler, that's kind of nuts. I don't even know what to say to that. Also, where's my Baneslayer? That's what I have to say to that. Hey, what a draw. That's really funny, actually. Got there. Well, we even talked about that as a minor reason to consider running the Palladium Mirror. Well, now if we attack with a Shield Mate, he just takes it. So we're gonna be trying to double block Augurs now. Not great, but I think we are at block the auger here. I mean, we're at 12 facing significant pressure, and the scythe is showing its value because even if we manage to trade off for the auger, we haven't managed to trade off for the scythe. And I don't know. I don't think I suck. I don't think this deck sucks. But there's something about it. Like, I can't... like, I don't know. Flooding a bit. And probably don't even want to show him acolytes. I mean, he knows they're here, but... yeah. We at least now have Shieldmate block and Acolyte chump. I would run like a not dead yet meme, but I can't think of how we actually get out of this. It feels like I'm spinning my wheels waiting to die after an extra turn. Or right now.
And I might spare your life.
Yeah, low curve version might be how we can do it, but yeah. Wow, that's a really annoying sound. Wizards, when the game ends, you have to stop the sound effects. I mean, nobody was telling me I should be taking Liliana. This could be a place where we try tampering. What if we go in like the... No, I want to get smaller, not bigger. Rise out, Mirror out, Hobblefiend in. Maybe the Jester stays in, although this is 40. We could bring in one Burn Bright again. I like tampering and a Burn Bright. And then Battlement is not an artifact. Greed. I don't know what greed we're talking about. Am I missing? Oh, this greed. Yeah, we could... I don't know. It felt like a good finisher. I guess we have 3 finishers, though. We can cut that one. I just thought of it as a threat, and I didn't remember what it was called. But we did put in 3 cards that are doing a close out the game job, so I cut one of them. Raph likes the draw against us, but I gotta stick on the play here and try to work the aggro plan. Would love to draw a 2, but couldn't throw this back somehow. But a little doggy off the top, maybe? No luck for us. I'm gonna throw a little full control bluff in here. I'm just gonna start on the Ogre over the Gadrak. Gadrak can't attack yet, so... Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that, Bode. Not looking good for the home team here. I don't like... Gadrak doesn't do much at this point. I still like it in the deck. Some people were questioning it because it's not super aggressive, but it's just too good. It's too big and too good not to at least include. Eliminate, though, incoming. That's what it feels like. And now, like, we got nothing. Now we're dead. You know? We're just dead. Like, the Magic Gods just never want me to have a showing against anyone of quality. I'm lying, of course. I play plenty of quality players and beat them, but was really hoping for some luck today, something to help me manage against obviously better players, but the luck has not been with me. I was going to need some luck to get there, and I'm not even close. They are the ones getting lucky. So, well, you know, I get bitter, but to suggest that I've beaten no quality players in my life is obvious nonsense. Yes, we went 1-2 in the first one, and 1-2 in the second one, and then this is our third one, and at least we went 2-1 to make the finals. Yeah, it was a high-quality pod, but I wish I had done better. Worst Acolyte of all time, but we had no choice. It's not like we can not play our spells here. Hey, I'll take it. It's something. And we have a Burn Bright to trade off here. Yeah, we're just a curve out Acolyte deck, Tron, so we don't mind the 1-3 for 1. Overall 500, yep. Well, I was trashing the black removal as I was passing it, and now we are losing to it. We'll have to try and trade for the Archer, and then find something for the Augur, and pretend that we have a chance. Here, quick, I gotta play the Not Dead before I'm dead. Ah! I fired it off just in time.
You wish you had a fraction of my power.
I mean, again, it's just depressing to not even have a moment in which either of my last two opponents probably felt even the slightest bit worried.
You think too much.
Interesting they didn't just go for it. This doesn't pump or anything, right? Come on, one time. Hobble Fiend is okay if we could cast the Burn Bright, but Lily just gets to plus now and it doesn't matter. Yeah, trample is a thing too. All right, well, you say Raph felt worried at some point. Well, okay, fine. Here, I gotta do it on my terms.
Care about your plans.
And when you say Ham already finished his games, I'm assuming, Mensch, you're saying Ham went 3-0? Sorry, I'm thanking my competitors in the chat. Being polite, being polite. 1 second. Raph reported a 2-1 result. So, according to Raph, I beat him. I'm going with it. I'm going with it. We got one today, folks. We got one. I'm going to take it as a compliment that Raph assumed that my deck was good enough that we must have picked one up off him. Yes, I did earn a donut. I'm going to go enjoy my donut and say hello to the fam. Thank you all for hanging out. That was awesome. Not the result we were hoping for, but I just am thrilled that I am invited to participate in these things and that we can hang, you know? We can hang. We didn't hang very well those last 2 matches, but we can hang. All right. Thanks for hanging out for YouTube for that one, YouTube friends. Catch you next time. And I'm looking forward to the next Streamer Showdown. Bye, YouTube.